Okay. Good afternoon to all the honorable dignitaries, respected faculty members, participants and esteemed guests present here today. I, Chaitrali Tulzapurkar, extend a warm welcome to everyone for the late Dr. P.G. Sahasrabuddhe National Level Elocution Competition organized by Vaadasabha of SP College. It is a matter of great pride for us to host the 23rd edition of this prestigious event. Vaadasabha, the debating union of SP College, has been actively fostering intellectual growth and effective communication since 1916. With a rich legacy of 109 years, it has consistently provided a platform for developing public speaking skills, critical thinking, and confident expression among the students. Through Vaadasabha, members participate in a wide range of academic and literary competitions, including elocution, extempore speaking, debates, poetry recitations, and essay writing competitions. In addition to participation, Vaadasabha organizes several significant programs such as Tilak Punyatithi on 1st August, the A.D. Shroff Elocution Competition, and the late Dr. P.G. Sahasrabuddhe National Level Elocution Competition. Along with these, various workshops and activities are conducted to equip students with practical experience in leadership and event management. This competition is held in the revered memory of late Dr. Purushottam Ganesh Sahasrabuddhe. Dr. Sahasrabuddhe served as a distinguished educator at NMV School and later as the head of the Marathi department at SP College during the 1940s and 1950s. He was widely respected as a progressive thinker, and his literary works reflected deep insights into social, political, religious, and historical themes. One of the most notable features of this competition is its thoughtfully curated topics, which are developed through extensive discussions, debates, and in-depth brainstorming sessions conducted by Vaadasabha members over several weeks. A unique highlight of this competition is the self-debate round known as Vavad, which continues to engage and inspire both participants and audiences alike. We are pleased to receive enthusiastic participation from regions including Gujarat, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, and Manipur, and various parts of Maharashtra. This year, we are honored to host a total of 111 participants. To formally commence the program, I now invite the professor in charge of Vaadasabha, Arundhati Akte ma'am, to deliver the introductory address.
Thank you, Chaitrali. I will not take much of a time, but I'm extremely happy to welcome our chief guest today, Kaushal Inamdar sir, whom we all know and literally doesn't need any formal introduction. I also welcome our CDC chairman, Kaushal Inamdar sir, along with that our 4 judges for the competition, whom we will be introducing shortly. I am very thankful to our principal who has been encouraging us continuously and has given complete support for holding this, conducting this competition. So without wasting much of a time, I also welcome all of the participants and I appreciate your efforts. And winning doesn't matter, participating is more important. And for the past 2 days, you have given an amazing performance. So even if you don't win today, coming here and talking on difficult topics, and we are very proud that we are known for those difficult topics, you have come here, participated, is more than encouraging for us also. And I also hope to see many of you again next year. So thank you very much for coming here and participating. Thank you.
I now request Honorable Principal Sir to address the gathering.
मंच पर विराजमान हमारे सीडीसी के चेयरमैन आदरणीय वज़े सर, जिनका प्रमुख भाषण इस समापन कार्यक्रम में होने जा रहा है, वो महाराष्ट्र ही नहीं पूरे देश की एक जानी मानी हस्ती कौशल इनामदार जी, इस स्पर्धा के जजेस जिन्होंने इस स्पर्धा का परीक्षण किया, हमारे महाविद्यालय के गत प्राचार्य गायकवाड़ सर, सेठ सर, इस स्पर्धा में जो हमें स्पॉन्सर प्राप्त हुए हैं, जिन्होंने इस स्पर्धा को प्रायोजित किया है, वो सारे प्रायोजक, इस स्पर्धा की कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर आक्टे, बाकी सब प्राध्यापक और जिन्होंने इस स्पर्धा में पार्टिसिपेट होकर अपने विचार रखे, वो सारे स्पर्धक, आप सभी का मैं इस समापन समारोह में तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूं। प्राध्यापक पूग सहस्रबुद्धे राष्ट्रीय वक्तृत्व स्पर्धा, ये एक पूरे देश में ख्याति प्राप्त ऐसी स्पर्धा है जो सर परशुराम महाविद्यालय की ओर से आयोजित की जाती है। जैसा मैंने कल कहा था कि इस स्पर्धा में सम्मिलित होना ये वैसे भी एक गौरवान्वित करने वाली बात है, क्योंकि जिस उपक्रम के माध्यम से ये स्पर्धा आयोजित की जाती है, वादसभा, उसे लोकमान्य तिलक जी ने शुरू किया था और उनके पश्चात उसकी जिम्मेदारी सर परशुराम महाविद्यालय को दी गई। तब से लेके आज तक इसे बड़े ही शिद्दत से महाविद्यालय के ओर से, कॉलेज की ओर से संपन्न किया जाता है और उसी का एक हिस्सा पूग सहस्रबुद्धे राष्ट्रीय वक्तृत्व स्पर्धा, जिसमें पूरे देश से हमारे छात्र, हमारे भाई बहन सम्मिलित होते हैं। कल मैंने जानबूझकर यहाँ पर जिक्र नहीं किया था हमारे जजेस का, क्योंकि हमारा ऐसा विचार था कि उन्हें अबेंस में रखा जाए, उन्हें थोड़ा, उनको यहाँ पर कौन जजेस है इसका उल्लेख हम टालना चाहते थे कल। लेकिन आज वैजयंता धोंगड़े, शर्वरी देशपांडे, जयंत कुमार काटकर और कौस्तुभ सावुरकर, इन चारों के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां बजानी चाहिए, क्योंकि किसी भी स्पर्धा का परीक्षण करना ये बड़ा कठिन काम होता है। इसमें से दो तो हमारे महाविद्यालय के गत विद्यार्थी है, छात्र है, जिन्होंने वादसभा के माध्यम से अपने आप को तैयार किया और अब वो परीक्षक के रूप में यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं। तो इस तरह की ये जो एक प्रक्रिया हमारे महाविद्यालय में चली जाती है, हर किसी क्षेत्र में जो यहाँ से बाहर जाता है वो आगे देखकर आगे नहीं जाता, वो पीछे मुड़ के वापस आता है, और ये हमारे महाविद्यालय की विशेषता है। तो इसलिए उसी विशेषता को यहाँ स्थापित करने के लिए हमारे परीक्षक, हमारे जजेस यहाँ पर उपस्थित है। आप सब लोगों ने इस स्पर्धा में जो विषय दिए गए थे, उन विषयों के बारे में भी कल चर्चा हुई कि हमारे वादसभा के जो छात्र हैं उन्होंने कम से कम 1 महीना, और वो इतने उसमें उलझे रहते हैं कि वो हमारा भी सुनते नहीं है। वो सारे विषय जो उन्होंने तैयार किए, उन्होंने जो सोचे, जिन विषयों के बारे में हमें बड़ी खुशी है कि ऐसे विषय हैं जिसमें मूलभूत ज्ञान जरूरी है, जिसमें चैट जीपीटी काम में नहीं आता है, जिसमें ग्रॉक काम में नहीं आता है। हाँ, कुछ चीज़ें ढूंढने के लिए काम में आएगा, लेकिन जो मूलभूत विचार है उस विषयों के बारे में वो यहाँ प्रस्तुत करने के लिए एक मूलभूत ज्ञान होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और वो जो ज्ञान है वो आपने यहाँ प्रदर्शित किया है। सुनने में भी ये आया है, मैडम ने भी बताया कि काफ़ी अच्छा प्रदर्शन सभी स्टूडेंट्स ने यहाँ पर रखा। मैं आप सबका अभिनंदन करता हूँ। मैं जानता हूँ हम सब कौशल जी को सुनने के लिए बेकरार है। आखिरी में सिर्फ मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ कि इन स्पर्धाओं का आयोजन महाविद्यालय में क्यों किया जाता है, या कई दूर से, अलग अलग गांव से, इस देश के अलग अलग क्षेत्र से आप यहाँ पर आकर क्यों अपना समय दे रहे हैं, ये समझना जरूरी है। जो समझ और जो विचार इस स्पर्धा के आयोजन के पीछे हमारा है, वो ये है कि हमें ऐसे युवा तैयार करने हैं जो कुछ सही मायने में अच्छा विचार करके लोगों के सामने अपनी बात रख पाए। क्योंकि अभी ऐसे समय में हम हैं जहां पर, जसं मराठीत आपण म्हणतो, मराठी में ऐसा कहा जाता है की मनात येईल ते बोलणे आणि मनात येईल तेवढं बोलणे. ऐसे काल में हम हैं कि लोग मन में आए वो बोल रहे हैं और जितना चाहे उतना बोल रहे हैं। कल मैंने जैसा कहा था कि कुछ समय तक इस देश में एक्सप्रेशन, व्यक्त होना, ये बड़ी समस्या थी, क्योंकि वैसे हमारे स्वभाव नहीं थे। मैं नहीं जानता हूं कि मैंने मेरे पिताजी को पापा आई लव यू बोला होगा, हालांकि प्यार था उनके बारे में, लेकिन बोला नहीं था मैंने। ये हमारा स्वभाव है, हमारे व्यक्तित्व का स्वभाव है। लेकिन ये जो व्यक्त होना नए टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से शुरू हुआ, वो इतना जोरदार शुरू हुआ कि वो थम ही नहीं पा रहा है। लेकिन उसमें सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत यह है कि अधिकृत बात जिसका आधार मूलभूत संशोधन या मूलभूत रिसर्च है, वो कहना कम हो गई है। तो वो कहने के लिए आप जैसे युवा अभी तैयार होने चाहिए, क्योंकि संभ्रम निर्माण करना, हमारे मन में कश्मकश निर्माण करके अपना जो साधना है वो साध लेना, ऐसे व्यवस्था में आप जैसे युवा हमें चाहिए जो सही मायने में विचार कर सके, अच्छी बात लोगों तक ले जा सके और उसमें एक सबको शामिल करने का, मराठीत पुन्हा शब्द तो सर्वसमावेशक भूमिका रखने वाले युवा यहां चाहिए जो ऐसी स्पर्धाओं में से तैयार होते। और इसलिए गए 1 महीने से हमारे प्राध्यापक, उनको मदद करने वाले प्राध्यापक और सबसे बड़ा महत्व हमारे विद्यार्थी, जो 1 महीना, पूरा 1 महीना पूरे डेडिकेशन के साथ, पूरे समर्पण के साथ इस स्पर्धा की तैयारी कर रहे हैं। और इसीलिए यह स्पर्धा इतनी यशस्वी हो पाई, इतनी सक्सेसफुल रह पाई है। तो इसलिए मैं अपने सारे विद्यार्थियों का यहां एप्रिसिएशन करता हूं, उनको बधाई देता हूं कि इस तरह का एटीट्यूड, इस तरह का व्यवहार और इस तरह का समर्पण अगर अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन, अपने कॉलेज के प्रति आप रखते हैं, तो ऐसे कई सारे कार्यक्रम जो बहुत नामचीन है, जिनका नाम है हर जगह, ऐसे हम आने वाले दिनों में भी कर सकते हैं। आप सबका फिर से एक बार मैं स्वागत करता हूं। कौशल जी का विशेष स्वागत करता हूं कि जिस विषय के बारे में पूरा देश सभी अभी चर्चा कर रहा है, मुंबई पूना रोड, पूरा देश, यानी ट्रम्प का ट्रैफिक टैरिफ और मुंबई पूना रोड, तो उस मुंबई पूना रोड पे जो ट्रैफिक है उसको क्रॉस करते हुए वो हम तक पहुंच पाए। और उनका विचार सुनने के लिए तो बिल्कुल हम लोग सब बेकरार है, क्योंकि आज जो विषय वो रखने वाले हैं, वो विषय रखते वक्त विचार कैसे किया जाता है और वो प्रस्तुत कैसे किया जाता है, इसकी एक बहुत अच्छी प्रस्तुति भी, उनकी जो बात वो रखने वाले वो होने वाली है, जो ये पूरे हमारे कार्यक्रम को एक 4 चांद लगाने वाली बात है। इसलिए उनका भी मैं स्वागत करता हूं, सभी को अभिनंदन करता हूं और अपने विचारों को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Now I request Keshav Vaze sir to felicitate Honorable Kaushal Inamdar sir. I request our principal Avinash Muhural sir to felicitate Keshav Vaze sir. Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Vaadasabha member Soham Sonar to introduce our judges for the senior section.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to introduce to you our panel of distinguished judges for the senior section of late Dr. P.G. Sahasrabuddhe Elocution competition, Mr. Kaustup Saurkar sir and Mr. Jayant Kumar Katkar sir. Mr. Kaustup sir is an alumni of our Sir Parshuram Bhau College and Savitribai Phule Pune University with a strong academic foundation in economics. During his student years, he actively participated in various competitions and academic initiatives, earning several accolades, and was a prominent member of the debating union Vaadasabha at Sir Parshuram Bhau College. Mr. Saukar has taught economics at esteemed institutions including SP College, Modern College, ILS Law College, and MIT WPU at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Currently, he serves as a lead data analyst at a multinational company, seamlessly blending academic insights with industry expertise. Mr. Jayant Kumar Katkar, sir, on the other hand, is an accomplished academician. He pursued his education in economics from SP College and Savitribai Phule Pune University. During his student years, he actively participated in numerous competitions and academic forums. He has also contributed to higher education by teaching undergraduate and postgraduate students at SP College, Modern College, ILS Law College, and MIT WPU. He has been associated as a judge with prestigious platforms such as Karmavir Bahusaheb Hire National Debate Competition, MVP Trophy National Elocution Competition, PC Alexander State Inter-University Elocution Competition, Parivartan Yuva Vakta State Competition, and among such others. He further immortalized his legacy by winning the prestigious late Dr. Puga Sahasrabuddhe Elocution Competition. Welcome, sirs. It's an honor to have you with us today.
I request Keshav Vaze sir to felicitate Jayant sir and Kaustubh sir. Thank you, sir. I request Kaustubh sir to express his observations during both the days of competition.
Honorable dignitaries on and off the dais, respected sir, my mentors, and my dear friends. It was really an honor to be here amongst you and judge this prestigious competition. And really, as I said yesterday, I've completed a circle. I've been a student to this college. I was a member of this Vaadasabha, for which I'm grateful, and now I'm here as a judge. So really, it was a moment of bliss for me. So I'll keep my observations very brief. But first of all, congratulations to all of you, because to come here, present your thoughts, speak on such an intellectually demanding topic itself is an achievement. And as Honorable Mohril sir has pointed out, that this is the skill which AI is never going to take away from you. In fact, this year's economic survey, V. Ananta Nageshwaran, Chief Economic Advisor, has pointed out in his economic survey analysis presentation that soft skills are going to be more important in the age of era than technical skills. So my couple of observations. Number one is that while opening your speech, you should start with the greetings, because practice gratitude is very important. So whenever you open your speech, you should have said hello, a very good morning, very good afternoon, honorable dignitaries on and off the dais. So you should address the audience first. That will onboard the audience with your speech, so that it will not reflect that you have taken your audience for granted. That is one thing. Second thing is that I know that topics are intellectually very heavy, intellectually demanding, but I observe that I think none of you have added any humor or cracked a joke. Who said that intellectually heavy topic cannot be debated, cannot be discussed in a heavy and light environment? In fact, that would boost our productivity, right? So adding a humor will increase the sellability of your content, is what I feel. So I always recommend, irrespective of your topic, you can add a humor. In fact, the second round of this competition, the topics were so interesting that I was thinking this topic could have been done in a different way, in a humorous way. But still, I mean, it's a feedback. You could have, try this out in your next round. Do not stop here. And and lastly, you can keep your audience very engaging. Maintain eye contact with all key members. Okay, use a phrase which will go with the audience. I mean, when especially those who were speaking English, they could have used idioms. Like for example, I have noticed that first topic was about the curiosity, and you could have used the phrase that curiosity killed the cat. That would have encapsulated the entire crux of the matter within a few words. That's what I feel. So these are few of my observations. And again, lastly, the accent and the tone, it should not be artificial. It should sound natural, and speak the way you are. Speak the way you are. My last point is that while you are speaking, it should, while you are debating, it should feel like you are speaking by your own. Imagine that you are speaking with your parents and you put your point. The way you put point, you should have maintain that kind of attitude here also. But still, hats off to you, hats off to your aplomb that you've maintained. And lastly, my congratulations. In fact, the biggest winner of this entire event is the team Vaadasabha, because they have learned. Guys, you have learned management, you have learned coordination, you have learned cooperation, you have learned how to work as a function, as a team, right? This is a skill which AI never ever going to take away. So my biggest congratulations to team Vaadasabha, and I really feel honored to be a part of it. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now call upon Jayan Kumar sir to share his insights with the participants.
सन्माननीय व्यासपीठ आणि व्यासपीठासमोरील सर्व सन्माननीय, आपल्याला सर्वांचा एकमेकांना साधारणपणे परिचय आहे, त्यामुळे मी नामोल्लेख टाळतो. सर्वजण माझे गुरुवर्य आणि सन्माननीय आहेतच. माझ्या परीक्षक मित्रांनी म्हणेन किंवा सरांनी म्हणेन, ते फार मोठे आहेत वयानं माझ्यापेक्षा. कौस्तुभ सरांनी ज्या मुद्द्यांचा उल्लेख केला ते सोडून काहीतरी स्पर्धेचा माझा अनुभव बोलण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो. सगळ्यात अगोदर पुग सहस्रबुद्धे राष्ट्रीय वक्तृत्व स्पर्धेचं जे पहिल्यापासून वैशिष्ट्य चालत आलेलं आहे ते म्हणजे इथली विषय निवड. या स्पर्धेसाठी जे विषय निवडले जातात त्यासाठी किती मोठा खटाटोप होत असतो महिनाभर, तसं बघायला गेलं तर वर्षभर, याची मला पूर्ण कल्पना आहे. आणि मला वाटतं माझ्या पूर्ण वक्तृत्व स्पर्धांच्या प्रवासामध्ये स्पर्धेची गुणवत्ता आणि दर्जा टिकण्यासाठी दोनच गोष्टी आवश्यक असतात. एक म्हणजे स्पर्धेचे विषय आणि दुसरं म्हणजे त्या स्पर्धेचा निपक्षपाती निकाल. मला वाटतं पुगनं ती लिगसी राखलेली आहे. माझ्यासाठी पुग यासाठी महत्त्वाची आहे की जेव्हा मी राज्यस्तरीय वक्तृत्व स्पर्धांची माझ्या आयुष्यात सुरुवात केली साधारण 2015च्या आसपास, तेव्हा माझी ही पहिली राज्यस्तरीय स्पर्धा आहे. 2015 साली मी इथं आलो होतो, तेव्हा मला द्वितीय पारितोषिक मिळालं होतं. आणि मला हे सांगायला फार आनंद होतोय की माझ्याकडं तिसरं सोडलं तर 2 उत्तेजनार्थ दुसरं आणि मग फायनली 2018 साली पुगोचं विजेतेपद, अशी सगळी बक्षिसं आहेत. आणि माझ्या घरातल्या त्या शोकेसमध्ये ती अशी ओळीनं लावलेली आहेत. सो मला वाटतं की ती सुद्धा माझी एक खूप कनेक्टिंग डॉट्स आहेत पुगसोबतचे. आपण विषयाकडे वळूया. मी तुमची 2च मिनटं घेणार आहे. 2-3 महत्त्वाचे मुद्दे मला बोलायचे आहेत. साधारणतः 71 मुलं वरिष्ठ गटासाठी, सिनियर सेक्शनसाठी बोलली, परंतु त्यातली काही ऑब्झर्वेशन्स आहेत माझी आणि सरांची सोबत आहेत. खरं तर याच्यामध्ये प्रदीर्घ युद्धांचा जो विषय असेल किंवा काळ्या अर्थव्यवस्थेचे सावट हा विषय असेल किंवा सहजीवनाच्या संस्कृतीपासून ते उपभोगापर्यंत निसर्गाचं व्यापारीकरण हा विषय असेल. साधारणपणे मॅक्सिमम लोकांनी हे विषय बोलायला निवडले. ज्या विषयांना हात लावला नाही फारसा ते विषय होते अनंत ऊर्जा स्रोत, जागतिक वास्तवांचे बदलणारे अंतर्निहित प्रवाह, किंवा दुसरा एक होता सृजक आणि निरीक्षक, कला नेमकी कोणाला परिभाषित करते, आणि होता हो भस्मचितेवर सारी नीती अनिती, मातीवर चढणे एक नवा थर आणती. याच्यात आमचे काही कॉमन ऑब्झर्वेशन्स असे आहेत की मी स्पर्धकांनाही काही बोललो, जे ओळखीचे होते काही स्पर्धेनंतर, आणि सरांशी आमचं बोलणं झालं की तुमच्या भाषणाला जर ChatGPTचा प्लॅगरिझम चेक लावला तर काय उरेल ते तुमचं आहे. म्हणजे ज्या पद्धतीनं हे डायनॅमिक्स बदलत आहे, आम्ही जेव्हा वक्तृत्व स्पर्धा करत होतो किंवा आमच्या अगोदर जे वक्तृत्व स्पर्धा करत होते त्यांचा 50% टास्क हा होता की ती संहिता तयार करणं किंवा ते स्क्रिप्ट तयार करणं. त्यासाठीचे जे कष्ट आहेत, त्यासाठीची जी मेहनत आहे ती खूप जास्त होती. आता तो भाग तुलनेनं सोपा झालेला आहे, कारण जग जवळ येतं आहे, आपल्या हातातल्या टॅबवर सगळी माहिती अवेलेबल आहे. परंतु जसं सरही म्हटले की यातल्या विषयांना फक्त माहिती देणं, माहिती प्रस्तुत करणं अपेक्षित नाही आहे, तर त्या माहितीवर तुमच्या विवेकाचा, तुमच्या बुद्धीचा संस्कार होणं महत्त्वाचं आहे. मराठीतले महत्त्वाचे समीक्षक वसंताबाजी ढाके असं म्हणतात की आजकाल मला पुस्तकांच्या रूपात माहित्य दिसतं, साहित्य कमी दिसतं. म्हणजे ती माहिती आहे, माहिती म्हणजे भाषण आहे का, शैली म्हणजे भाषण आहे का, लहेजा प्रमाण भाषेत बोलणं म्हणजे भाषण आहे का, वक्तृत्व ही जर कला आणि तंत्र म्हणून आपण स्वीकारणार असू तर त्यातल्या कलेची आणि तंत्राची बाजू आपण समजून घेणार आहोत का, या सगळ्याचा विचार झाला पाहिजे. प्रत्येक स्पर्धकाचं स्वतंत्र टिपण माझ्याकडे तयार आहे. ज्यांना कुणाला निकालाविषयी शंका असेल किंवा बोलायचं असेल आपण सविस्तर बोलूया. तुमचा फार वेळ घेत नाही. पुन्हा एकदा धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Vaadasabha member Nisha Gupta to introduce our judges for junior section.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to introduce our junior section judges, Ms. Vanjana Dondage and Ms. Sharvari Deshpande. Our first respected judge, Ms. Vanjana Dondage, holds a degree in BA in Economics from Sir Parshuram Bhau College and MA in Economics from Ferguson College. She has also completed her UG certificate course in Gender and Development and has presented a research paper on exploring the role of informal economy in development of MSMEs. She has actively associated with this Vikas Smith project, contributing to skill development among students in rural areas, and has worked as project coordinator with Parivartan NGO, contributing to child education and women empowerment. A former member and secretary of Vaadasabha, she has participated at both state and national level in elocutions, debates, and essay competition. Adding to her achievements, she has secured first position in photography contest held in Assam. Our second esteemed judge, Ms. Sharvari Deshpande, is an author, entrepreneur, and public speaker. She holds a degree in MA in Political Science and postgraduate diploma in International Relations and Diplomacy from the Indian Institute of Governance and Leadership. She has also earned certifications in Indian Knowledge System from the Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute and in psychology from Yale University. She has founded Bilwa Publishing in 2025 and has authored 2 mental health focus books, The D60 Challenges and Mangroves for the Mind. She is also the co-founder of Sartha Sanskriti, a brand integrating Bharatiya culture into modern lifestyle. Her poem, Valleys of Kashmir, won first place in Young Writers Contest in USA. She has served as secretary of Vaadasabha, led mock parliaments, elect competitions, edited the student magazine Rajnitik, presented multiple research papers, and was part of the rehabilitation team that assisted Kerala after the 2018 floods. We are privileged to have such accomplished personalities guiding for this year's competition. On behalf of everyone present over here, I extend my warm welcome to our judges.
Now I request Principal Sir to felicitate Vyanjana Ma'am and Sharvari Ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Vaadasabha member Vedashri Agnihotri to introduce our chief guest.
It is an honor to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Kaushal Inamdar sir, a renowned music composer, poet, writer with over 25 years of experience across films, advertisements, television serials, music albums and music education. He has accomplished Herculean feat of performing the Marathi Abhiman Geet alongside more than 450 other proficient singers. Beyond composing, Mr. Inamdar is deeply committed to nurturing culture. He is the founder of the Marathi Asmita Cultural Foundation, an organization dedicated to preserving and promoting artistic expression. His creativity is not limited to music alone. As a writer, his articles have been featured in respected publications such as Sakar, Maharashtra Times, Rushi, Prahar, where he shares thought on society, culture, and art. He has conducted numerous music workshops, inspiring students and inspiring artists across different platforms. His contributions include serving as a special guest lecturer at FTII, one of India's most prestigious film institutes, and as a visiting faculty member at the Jyoti Dalal School of Liberal Arts. In the digital space, his popular YouTube series like Chanda Othatale and Kaushal Katta continue to engage audiences with meaningful conversations and musical creativity. He is also the author of the book Kshitij Jase Disate, which further reflects his deep thoughts and artistic vision. Mr. Inamdar's excellence has been recognized with numerous prestigious awards, including the honors from the Government of Maharashtra, Zee Gaurav, and Radio Mirchi. He has also been honored the Maharashtra Government Theatre Award for the acclaimed plays Aranyak and Raghupati Raghava Rajaram. All these achievements reflect not just success but a lifelong dedication to art, culture, and creative excellence. We are extremely honored to have such an inspiring personality with us today, whose journey continues to motivate artists, students, and audience alike. Thank you.
Thank you, Vedashri. Now I request Honorable Kaushal Inamdar sir to address his thoughts and ideas.
Namaskar. Honorable Dais and all my friends who are waiting more for the announcement of the awards than any speech. I can see the aspiration in your eyes and I feel a little envious because it seems long back that I was on your side of the party and not this side. And don't be in a hurry to come here. Enjoy your life there. It's much better because you have a license to fail. And I think it's one of the most important licenses in life. First of all, I should congratulate you all for making up to this point. And as the wise people here have already told you, that coming here itself is an achievement. And when you decide to shed all your inhibition, come onto the stage and speak out your mind, that is freedom itself. Because it's freedom from fear, it's freedom from inhibition. And then you actually get to say something that you have been thinking all along. The key word is thinking. And when you come here and speak, the necessary ingredient of your speech is always, it gives you an ability to think aloud. And I think it's a very essential ingredient of democracy and liberty. That you have the privilege of thinking aloud. So I must congratulate you all. It's not just the awards that matter. As the Urdu Shair Faiz Ahmad Faiz says, Faiz thi raah sar basar manzil, hum jahan pahunche kamyab aaye. It's the journey that is the destination. I am supposed to speak on music, but it is actually telling stories that is my favorite pastime. And I always say that I am a storyteller in the guise of a musician. मी संगीतकाराच्या वेशातला एक गोष्टाळे आहे. So if you ask people what is India, people will give you different answers. Some people will say that India is a land of mountains and rivers. Somebody else might say that it's a land of tigers and elephants. Still somebody might say that it's the land of IT technicians. And some people will very wisely say that India is a land of it's a land of diversity, and in all that diversity you see that oneness. And while all of this is true, and I don't deny that this is true, if you ask me what is India, I'll say that India is a land of stories and songs. Think about it. We all love stories, don't we? It's not a coincidence that the highest philosophical treatise of this land is called the Bhagavad Gita. And everything here seems to be just about stories and songs. All our philosophy, it's in stories. What is the Upanishad? And then people will tell you the story of Yama and Nachiket. Okay? Now, there is a film, the Oscar award-winning film called Sound of Music. Have you seen it? There is a very famous song in that film, and it starts, let's start at the very beginning, a very good place to start, right? Now this is okay for somebody from the West to say. Let's start at the very beginning, a very good place to start. In India, it's a very complex thing to say. It's a very dicey thing. Because, like the historian, we have a problem that where exactly in point of time does the beginning exist? Because as we try to find out what is the beginning, we keep getting back in time. Like Principal Mohril said here, that the students don't go ahead, just go ahead. They go ahead, but they also come back, right? They come back here. That is the Indian psyche. We will soar into the skies, but we have to have our roots in this very land. And that's why we don't have a simplistic format of storytelling which begins with once upon a time and then ends in and they lived happily ever after. This linear thing we don't have. We make everything complex. So for example, one day Parvati was bored and she told her husband, because she didn't have a mobile, she told her husband, tell me some story. So Shankar, eager to please his wife, said, okay, I'll tell you a story. She said, no, wait. Tell me a story which nobody has ever heard before. So she upgraded that challenge. So Shankar, eager to please his wife, said, okay, I'll tell you a story which nobody has heard before. But before doing that, he told Nandi at the door to shut the door and ensure that nobody came inside. Because he was telling his wife a story which nobody had heard before. So he started telling the story, and at the same time, one of Shankara's Ganas, called Pushpadanta, he came and was surprised to see the door to Shankar and Parvati's home being shut from inside. So he said, at this point of time, and he inquired to Nandi, what is happening inside? So Nandi said, I don't know, but Shankar said he was telling his wife a story which nobody had heard before. Now even Pushpadanta was married. So he thought this was a good way to earn some brownie points with his wife. But how could he go inside? So he took he transformed himself into air and he went inside. Now Shankar was so busy telling Parvati the story that he did not notice that in the form of air, Pushpadanta was listening to the story. Pushpadanta was very happy, excited, and the moment he came home, he told his wife, today I am going to tell you a story which nobody has heard before. Pushpadanta's wife was excited, very happy with her husband. Next day, when she went to the river to fill water, Parvati was also there. Now it's not enough for the woman to just listen to the story and keep quiet. She has to brag about it. So she told Parvati, you know, yesterday my husband told me a story which nobody has heard. Parvati said, what is the story? So Pushpadanta's wife told the story to Parvati. Parvati was livid. She said, my husband promised me to tell a story that nobody else knows, and even Pushpadanta's wife knows it. That is murder of exclusivity. So she confronted Shankar, and then Shankar reflected with his third eye open or shut. And then he understood that while he was so immersed in telling the story to Parvati, it was Pushpadanta who had entered his room and had heard the story. So they summoned Pushpadanta. Parvati was still livid, so she cursed Pushpadanta and said, you will be born as a mortal human being because you did this crime. Pushpadanta said, I am really sorry. I didn't know the impact or the consequences would be so severe. So just give me an ushap a counter curse, a antidote to the curse. So Parvati said, okay, when you are born as a mortal human being, in the forest near the Vindhyas, you will come across a yaksha who has been cursed by Kuber, called Supratik. And when you tell Supratik this story, then you will be relieved from your curse. And when Supratik tells this story to somebody else, then even he will be relieved from this curse. From here onwards, in this Katha Sarit Sagar, each character starts telling stories to each other character. And till the end, we don't know the story that Shankar told Parvati. So you have all heard Panchatantra. Story within a story, within a story, and within a story, and there is no particular beginning and no particular end. And all our philosophy is like this, all our songs are like this, all our stories are like this. Imagine the kind of amazing country that we live, where if you hear a story without somebody's permission, you get cursed. And the antidote to that curse is also to tell a story. अशा कथारम्य देशात आपण राहतो. And our songs do the same, because it's an uninterrupted connection from the times of the Vedas to the times of the songs of Bahubali. Yes, we are following one uninterrupted tradition, and today I'll prove it. So we always had this oral tradition, okay, and that is the significance of this Vaadasabha. Vaad, everything is to do with speech. And that's why we did not, our transmission of education was never about documentation. Documentation was there, it was a part, but the main transmission of education happened in the oral tradition. So Vedas were delivered from one person to the other by the Shruti, and then they came to the Smriti. That's how the dissemination of knowledge happened. Now, that's why the wise sages always used to say that Chand, the meter, the lyric, the meter were the feet of the Vedas. Why? Because it was from how the Vedas traveled from one place to the other, from one person to the other. How did they travel? They traveled through the lyric, through the meter, through the song. Because it is exceptionally difficult to memorize an essay by Francis Bacon or memorize an essay by Lokmanya Tilak. But it is extremely easy to learn a song. Our memory works that way. We have a memory for the lyrical meter. And that's why all the great people, great literatures in this, not just this country, even Shakespeare wrote in a meter, right? So, now why do I call this uninterrupted? Because today, if you see what is the alternative word for a song in Marathi, Gana tar आहेच, or in Hindi also, in Sanskrit also. The alternative word for a song is pad. Right? What does pad mean? Feet. What is one line of a song called charan? What does that mean? Feet. So that is the uninterrupted. Even today we haven't forgotten. This is why we call a song a pad. Because it travels from one person to the other person the fastest. And also, today we place a lot of importance on documentation. But consider this. You feel that if I write something down, it will stay there permanently. Now we all know when a hard disk just corrupts, nothing is permanent. What was that Shelley's poem? Any literature students here? That nothing is permanent. Or Mir says, Hasti apni hubab ki si hai. Our life is like a bubble, so nothing is permanent. So you think that writing something will be permanent. And if I hear something, it won't be. But most of you haven't seen the pre-mobile era, where we had phone numbers by heart. Today, it's difficult for anybody of you to remember a phone number by heart because it's there. So actually, when you document, you kill it from the memory. But when you commit something to the memory, what happens is that information is constantly being processed by your brain. And that is why you should memorize. That is why Vaadasabha is important, because it is also a testimony to how much you can memorize and speak. And by memorize, I don't mean to say blindly memorize. But people say you have to understand and then memorize. But today you are what? From 18, 20, 21, right? So how much of experience do you have to understand everything? Right? You don't have all the experience in the world. So commit something to the memory now, and when you have that experience and when you get that experience, you don't have to run to the reference books. It's already there in the memory. And there is no full stop to knowledge. So now I know, full stop. It never happens. It's not happening at your age, and it's not happening at my age. And it's not happening after anybody's retirement as well. It's just an ongoing process. It's just a list of commas that you keep, and that is why it's extremely essential that you keep things committed to memory. And what better way to keep something in memory than a song? Tell me, when you go to the bathroom, do you speak out dialogues from a film or do you sing a song? You sing a song. Why? Because that is something that you easily remember. That is the first test. And secondly, it makes everything so beautiful. So people ask me, why are there songs in Indian films? Right? Now it seems so unreal. Right? Nobody is going to sit in front of somebody and sing how beautiful you are. You will say maybe you are beautiful. But let me tell you, if I say I can't describe how you look. Do you look like the beautiful bright sun, Or do you look like the cool moon? Do you think it's true? Do you think I am being realistic? No, but put it in a song. चौदहवीं का चांद हो या आफताब हो, जो भी हो तुम खुदा की कसम लाजवाब हो, चौदहवीं का चांद. And then you feel, yes, I am that. Music, my friends, is truth in high definition. And it tells stories that linger in your mind much longer than any prose. So, I see that there are many graduates of economics here. Okay. All this activity of music, we don't have a lot of capital, right? We are the essential prototypes of what you call that, what the definition of economics is. That we have a scarcity of resources. Only 7 notes. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni. And we have to create millions of songs from them. Okay, so unlimited wants. So you will say 7 notes, sometime this permutation combination will end. It will get over. But yet people keep on producing new songs. And you say, this is new. Beautiful. Man mast magan, man mast magan, man mast. This is so new. But it's sa re ga ma pa da ni. Everything falls in between these 7 notes only. And what we are actually doing is a rehash of the same 7 notes. 12 to be exact, because there are some satellite notes between these notes. Sa re, and between them is sa re. So sa re ga ma pa da ni, and then sa re ga ga ma pa da da ni. In these 12 notes we have the world, and all our storytelling is in these 12 notes. Okay. So a reference was made that today there was a lot of traffic from Mumbai to Pune. Okay. And only I know how I have reached here, driving through the ghats. But if I tell you that I'll explain the whole scenario of how to tell a story in music using the analogy of coming from Mumbai to Pune. Okay. In India, we don't have the concept of the keyboard. So all these instruments with a keyboard that you see, they have all been imported from the West. Okay. So we don't have a C sharp or an A flat. We do use them, but it's not the origin is not from Indian music. In Indian music, we have a relative spectacle to the how to view music. Okay, so we have. So, for example, C sharp is a note that will play the same anywhere, whether it is in India or whether it is in Italy. But if I say that sa, so this sa is relative. My sa can be different from your sa. So my sa can be sa, and I'll travel from here to sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. But your sa might be lower because you have a lower register voice, and you can say sa, sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. The beautiful thing is that there is a lot of trust between the listener and the performer. And if I say today that sa, this is my sa, all of you will come in tune with my sa. And you will say, okay, we trust you, go ahead with your sa. So I say sa, this is my bass note. Okay? Sa re ga re sa. This is my bass note. Now where do you feel settled? Which is the place that you feel most settled? Anybody? Which is the place that you feel home, right? So consider sa your home. Sa, where you feel settled. Okay? So now take this analogy from Mumbai to Pune. Sa is my home. Sa re is, I have just stepped out of the house. Sa re ga, I have come to the main road now. Sa re ga ma, now I am on the expressway. Sa re ga ma pa, stopped at the food mall for a cup of tea. Sa re ga ma pa dha, stuck in the ghats. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni, I am outside the gate of SP College but not yet there. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni. There is a diversion. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni re sa, and I have reached the destination. That is the story of my travel today. You won't believe it, but 90% of songs rest on this analogy, and you will find that this is the way musicians are communicating with you. So every time a person goes to sa, you feel settled. Sa re ga ma pa ma ga re, pa ma ga re ni da ni da pa da ni re ga re sa. Till I don't come to the sa, even you are like this. Now all of your stories are sort of weaved around this. So I come from the earlier generation and my references may be from the earlier generation, but you can always, because you are intelligent people, you can always draw the same analogies to songs from your generation. The thing is that in these 12 notes, you have the world of experience, and then if you are, this song can tell from which geography that person has come. It can tell you the story of that person. For example, how geography defines music, or the other way around, how music can define geography. So in Nepal, for example, or in the hills, in Garhwal, for example, or Nepal, what will happen, you will see that their folk songs are, now I don't know the language, but let me sing dummy words like Kanare. Okay, so Kanare, Kanare. You'll see, you'll hear songs of in this pattern. Why? Why are all songs from all folk songs from Nepal or Garhwal in the upper octave? Because the region is hilly and the density of population is less, and that's why people don't see each other very easily, and that's why voice becomes the it becomes the solace of people. काहीतरी आश्वासक कोणीतरी आहे माझ्याबरोबर, and that's why this voice acts, all the songs there are like a pukar or a call that I am here. When you come down to the plains, and you come down to the plains of Malwa, where there is a lot of good crop, nice prosperity, everything becomes very at ease and at peace, and their songs will also be a little slow because people had the time. Nowadays we don't, but they'll sing Hariya Juvara ne kanku ka kyara to save mharya le ji Raja beta boya to Rani bahu sincha to save mharya le ji. There is a lot of peace and time, and the son becomes Raja Beta, the daughter-in-law becomes Rani Bahu. Then you come down to Maharashtra and to Vidarbha and Marathwada, where you are constantly battling drought. And what happens? You not only start economizing on your resources, you start economizing on your notes in the song also. So my grandmother, she used to live in Pune. You see, the fun foods of Maharashtrians is misal. Everything that was there last night, just bring it together. फोडणीचा भात, फोडणीची पोळी, everything that is, don't waste anything. The whole philosophy is don't waste anything. In Rajasthan, if people leave something in their thali, that's considered to be impolite. In Maharashtra, if you don't leave anything in the thali should have something remaining. Otherwise, the Marwadis feel that they have not been hospitable enough, right? In Maharashtra, if you don't finish your food, that's considered impolite. Because the geography changes, the songs change, and so my grandmother used to sing, don't use a fourth note if it's 3 are sufficient. Okay, so she used to sing. When I used to go to her place when I was a child, to my grandparents' place, so she used to sing, Amucha Kaushal Bal Khelaya Jai Duri Tyacha Hatavari Puri Kuni Dili. 4 notes over. And that also, because of the constant pathos in life, they have added this minor note in it. Amucha Kaushal Bal. What is so sad about me being a child? But they will add that note of pathos. They won't sing Amucha Kaushal Bal Khelaya Jai Duri. she could have. But Amocha Kaushal Bal, it's like that teeth on the young boy's cheek that they'll put a black spot so that, no buri nazar touches it. So, our stories change as our geography changes. People use different idioms to tell the same thing. But the fun thing is that it's everything in 12 notes. So you feel that am I doing something new? No, I am not. I am only using these sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, only these notes. Now, even if I am gifted, the Almighty won't tell me that, son, everybody is nice, but you are special. So for you, I have kept a 13th note. Never happens, right? 12 notes, whether it is Mozart, whether it is Rahman, or whether it is me. We all have this playground of 12 notes. So you are actually hearing the same things again and again. You are hearing the same stories, the same notes again and again, and yet the stories change in the same notes. So for example, you had a song, पंछी बनूं उड़ती फिरूं मस्त गगन में आज मैं आजाद हूँ दुनिया के चमन में. Now you feel that Shankar Jai Kishan was original. Your parents will feel, sir, Shankar Jai Kishan was original. And then somebody, their grandfather will tell, or their father will tell that no. Before Shankar Jai Kishan there was Gajanan Rao Vatve. And who's composed the song? भांद्यावरी बांधिले ग मुलीनी हिंदोळे पंचमीचा सण आला डोळे माझे ओले पंछी बनू उड़ती फिरू मस्त गगन में आज मैं आजाद हूँ दुनिया के चमन में. Then you might say no, Rahman is original. You can say whatever you want about your oldies, Rahman is original. But take this for instance, कहना ही क्या ये नैनिक अनजान से जो मिले. Okay, so how is the song? It's like coming from the top and it's climbing downstairs. कहना ही क्या ये नैनिक अनजान से जो मिले चलने लगे मोहब्बत के जैसे ये सिलसिले. But if I tell you that this has been done in Maharashtra in the 1980s, see, कहना ही क्या या विठूचा गजर हरी नामा का झेंडा रोविला, is the same thing. Or another, कजरा रे तेरे कारे कारे नैना कजरा रे तेरे कारे कारे नैना तेरे नैना जुड़वा नैना. When this song had come, it was a great, right? कि ऐसा तो कभी सुना ही नाही. आम्ही ऐकलंच नव्हतं असं काही, फारच नवीन आहे. No, we have been hearing this for ages. कजरा रे तेरे कारे कारे नैना दिगंबरा श्रीपाद वल्लभ दिगंबरा. कजरा रे दिगंबरा. But the story has changed. Datta Guru gone, Aishwarya Rai in, and the story changes from Bhakti Ras to Shringar Ras. Because the reference changes, time changes, the way we see things changes. Now there was a time when every film had a sad song once. Mera sundar sapna beet gaya. Now I don't have the time to wallow in my grief. not just the listener, even the person who has faced. So mera sundar. No, I have to catch a local at 7:32. Sorry, next episode. So from now, you don't have sad songs because you don't have the time for introspection. But Einstein says that energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can simply change its form. Right? So what happened to these sad songs? Somewhere they must have gone, right? So they became songs of angst by the 90s came. When the 90s came, when the 2000s came, they became songs of angst. Whatever was being sung at the lower octave went to the higher octave because you express loudly but you introspect inwards. So what happened? तड़प तड़प के इस दिल से आह निकलती रही ना 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 ऐसा क्या गुनाह किया जो लुट गए, हाँ लुट गए. Even loneliness became loud. Tanhai. And that's why things changed in the film industry also. People like Atif Aslam, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, Shankar Mahadevan, Arijit Singh, they came forward because they had song which they had a voice that they could go in upper registers. Things change. Music, you can't tell, but it affects your life more than anything else. And that is why I always say, make friends with music. It's something that will never leave you. It will keep on inspiring the stories within you. It will keep on telling you more and more about yourself, about the life around you, in a way that perhaps even prose does not. And that's why I say that music is truth in high definition. Just to end my 2 words with you, and there is music in all of you, and society which keeps singing is bound to be a happy society. I'll end with this thought and think about it. If I catch your throat right now, the next moment you will realize that there is no life without oxygen. If I make you stay away from water for a couple of days, you will know that there is no life without water. But when will you realize that music or the arts are necessary for you? There is no time. You'll never realize it. You only realize it after a generation has passed and things around you have worsened. And then when you start checking on why this must have happened, the answer is in a song that was never listened, in a sculpture that was never seen, in a painting that was never enjoyed. So I'll just end with the wise advice of Pune Deshpande. He told a story about a boy who wanted to eat, and he said, I want a rupee so that I can eat something. And the wise man who gave him that, he said, I'll not give you a rupee, I'll give you 2 rupees. With 1 rupee, you buy some food. But with that another rupee, you buy a flower. Because the food will keep you alive, but the flower will give you a reason to be alive. Music, my friends, will inspire not just stories within you, but it will also help you to navigate this extremely difficult world that we are living with a lot of ease, with a lot of maturity, and with a lot of sense. Thank you for listening me, hearing me out. I am very grateful to Vaadasabha, SP College, Principal Moril, Professor Apte, and all the people on the dais here. I am very, very happy to speak to you, and congratulations to all those who have participated. Winning or losing is the story or the song of a moment, but participating here and speaking unlocks you the upper level of life, and that you have all done today. So I congratulate you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your deep and insightful thoughts on the beauty of storytelling and how it is woven beautifully through the strings of music. Your words reminded us that music is not merely a collection of notes but a living narrative. The way you connected melody with meaning helped us see how stories find a voice, leaving a lasting impact on every listener. Thank you. I now request Honorable Keshav Vaze sir, Chairman of College Development Committee, to deliver the presidential address.
आपल्या आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचे चीफ गेस्ट आणि प्रमुख वक्ते कौशलजी इनामदार सर, आपल्या कॉलेजचे प्रिन्सिपॉल डॉक्टर मोरील सर, वादसभेच्या प्रमुख अरुंधती आपटे मॅडम, या वादसभेच्या ज्या स्पर्धा झाल्या त्याचे ज्युनियर कॉलेजचे आणि सिनियर कॉलेजचे चारी रेफरीज, माजी प्राचार्य शेठ सर, गायकवाड सर, आपटे मॅडम, जमलेले सर्व स्पर्धक असंच म्हटलं पाहिजे, विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो. खरं तर मी आत्ता कौशलजींना म्हणत होतो की तुम्ही एवढ्या लवकर का थांबलात, आणि एवढं बोलल्यानंतर अजूनही ऐकावं असं वाटतंय, पण त्याच्यानंतर मला बोलायला सांगितलं तर माझं कोण ऐकणार, कारण मी ना गाणं गाऊ शकत ना त्यांच्यासारखं म्युझिक कंपोजर म्हणून काम करू शकतो. पण आता बोलायला सांगितलंय म्हणल्यानंतर एक 2-4 वाक्य तरी बोलली पाहिजे. वादसभेला 109 वर्ष झाली, जी लोकमान्य टिळकांनी चालू केली, आणि SP कॉलेजला 110 वर्ष झाली. म्हणजे किती सातत्य आहे या स्पर्धेमध्ये हे फार महत्त्वाचं आहे, आणि सातत्य ठेवणं हेच आयुष्यात फार महत्त्वाचं असतं. आणि मला एक फार खूप चांगला अनुभव या SP कॉलेजमध्ये नेहमी मिळतो. मी जवळजवळ सगळ्या कार्यक्रमांना मुद्दामून जातो, अर्थात बोलवतात म्हणून. पण अक्षरशः इतके कार्यक्रम चालू असतात, इतके कार्यक्रम, नॅशनल सेमिनार असतील, इंटरनॅशनल सेमिनार असतील, खेळातल्या स्पर्धा असतील. आज सकाळी सुद्धा आपल्या नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफच्या क्रिकेटच्या मॅचेसच्या स्पर्धा सुरू झाल्या. आपला कुठल्या खेळात आपल्या कॉलेजचा विद्यार्थी नाही, अक्षरशः एकही खेळ असा नाही की ज्याच्यामध्ये आपल्या कॉलेजच्या विद्यार्थ्यांनी प्रावीण्य मिळवलं नाही. एकही क्षेत्र असं नाही की ज्याच्यामध्ये कॉलेजचा विद्यार्थी नाही. परवाच आपटे मॅडमनी आणि मोरील सरांनी एक कार्यक्रम घेतला. त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्या कॉलेजचे माजी विद्यार्थी जे आत्ता कमिशनर, कलेक्टर, IPS ऑफिसर असे आहेत, अशा लोकांचा कार्यक्रम घेतला. म्हणजे बघा, SP कॉलेजमध्ये ह्या कॅटेगरीचे सुद्धा अनेक लोक आहेत आणि जवळजवळ 55 IPS ऑफिसर उपस्थित होते. मी मगाशी कौशलजींशी बोलत होतो की अकॅडमिकली खूप स्ट्रॉंग आहे आपलं कॉलेज, निर्विवाद आहे, निर्विवाद. कारण मी आत्ता म्हटलं तसं एकही क्षेत्र असं नाही, एकही इंडस्ट्री अशी नाही की जिथे SP कॉलेजचा विद्यार्थी नाही टॉप लेवलला, प्रत्येक ह्याच्यामध्ये. तेव्हा मी त्यांना सांगत होतो, तुम्ही पुरुषोत्तम करंडक घ्या, पुरुषोत्तम करंडक सर आम्हीच जिंकतो, याचाही मला अभिमान आहे. ह्या वर्षी पुरुषोत्तमचा महाकरंडक सुद्धा SP कॉलेजने जिंकला. 2 वर्षापूर्वी पण जिंकला होता. त्यामुळे पुरुषोत्तम करंडक हा आमचाच एकक आहे असं आम्हाला वाटतं. आता एक फिरोदियाचं स्वप्न आहे, त्याच्यासाठी विद्यार्थी खूप प्रयत्न करतायत, खूप चालू आहे. आत्ता आमचं एक स्वप्न आहे, कारण ह्या कॉलेजला 100, कॉलेजच्या बिल्डिंगला 100 वर्ष पूर्ण होतं. त्यामुळे आमचं एक स्वप्न आहे की ह्या निमित्ताने आपल्या कॉलेजचे जे माजी विद्यार्थी किंवा आत्ताचे जे विद्यार्थी आहेत त्यांना त्यातलं ज्ञान मिळावं म्हणून आपण माजी विद्यार्थ्यांचा, जे इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट किंवा एंटरप्रेनर्स आहेत अशा विद्यार्थ्यांचं आपण मुद्दाम गेट टुगेदर आपल्या कॉलेजमध्ये घेणार आहोत, ज्या निमित्ताने ह्या सगळ्या क्षेत्रामध्ये आपल्या प्रत्येक विद्यार्थ्याला कुठे ना कुठेतरी संधी मिळेल आणि तो उच्च पदावरती जाईल अशी आमची सगळ्यांची इच्छा आहे. त्याच्यासाठी आम्ही प्रयत्न करत असतो. या स्पर्धेमध्ये किंवा कुठल्याही याच्यामध्ये जर तुम्हाला विनर व्हायचं असेल, विनर, तर ॲटिट्यूड लागतं. आणि ॲटिट्यूड म्हणजे वेगळ्या पद्धतीने घेऊ नका. कारण इथे SP कॉलेजमध्ये सर तुम्ही ज्या स्टोरी सांगितल्या, तुम्ही एकच सांगितली शंकराची. इथे SP मध्ये शंकर पार्वती खूप आहेत, अनेक स्टोरीज सांगता येतील, फक्त त्या सगळ्यांना कळतात एवढंच आहे. तर विद्यार्थ्यांना एवढंच सांगावंसं वाटतं. सरांनी सूर्य आणि चंद्राचाही उल्लेख केला. त्याच्यामध्ये मला तुमचा जर कॉन्फिडन्स वाढवायचा असेल तर एकच सांगावंसं वाटतं की when you see the sun, you observe power of God. जेव्हा आपण सूर्य बघतो, you see the power of God. If you see the moon, you see the beauty of God. And if you see the mirror, you will find the best creation of God, and that is you. तेव्हा कॉन्फिडन्स ठेवा, ॲटिट्यूड ठेवा. तुम्ही कुठलीही स्पर्धा असू दे किंवा कुठेही असू दे, तुम्ही निश्चित जिंकू शकता. आणि सरते शेवटी तुम्ही SP कॉलेजचे स्टुडंट्स आहात, त्यामुळे निश्चितपणे जिंकाल. एवढंच या निमित्ताने सांगतो आणि थांबतो. धन्यवाद.
Good evening, everyone. At the outset, on the behalf of Vaadasabha, Sir Parshuram Bhavu College, Pune, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributed to the successful organization of this late Dr. PG Sahasrabuddhe National Level Elocution Competition. I express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest, Honorable Kaushal Inamdar Sir, for gracing the valedictory program of the 23rd late Dr. PG Sahasrabuddhe National Level Elocution Competition. Sir's session on storytelling through music was truly inspiring and enlightening. His words beautifully connected music, emotions, and narrative, leaving a lasting impact on all of us. We extend our heartfelt and sincere gratitude to our respected judges for their valuable time, thoughtful evaluation, and the fair judgment throughout the competition. Your insightful observation, patience, and encouragement not only ensured the credibility of the competition but also motivated the participants to strive for excellence. Your expertise truly added a great value to this national level event. We also feel grateful towards the sponsors who wholehearted monetary support greatly uplift the competition. I'll also thank Shikshan Prasarak Mandali for their continuous support and encouragement that makes this event possible and successful. I extend my sincere thanks to our respected principal, Dr. Avinash Muhril Sir, and Vice Principal of Arts, Professor Vidya Utsat Ma'am, for their valuable support and cooperation throughout the planning and the execution of this program. A special thank to respected faculty members for boosting the spirit of the participants and organizer with your positive presence. I would like to place on record our special thanks to Upasni Sir and Prashant Dada for the availability of Lady Ramabai Hall and necessary facilities, which made it possible to conduct the competition smoothly and in well-organized manner. We wholeheartedly thank all the participating colleges and the students for their enthusiastic participation and intellectual engagement. I also appreciate the dedicated efforts of organizing committee and members of Vaadasabha, whose teamwork and the commitment ensured the success of this event. Once again, thank you all for your support and presence.
Congratulations to all the winners and participants. I announce that all the winners should stay on the stage to give their further details. I hereby declare that the 23rd edition of late Dr. P.G. Sahasrabuddhe National Level Elocution Competition and Ceremony has officially come to an end. I request everyone to stand up for Pasayadal.